First edition of the Faux Show. I have my first guest, Travis McGill.
Yep. How you doing? How y'all doing out there today? How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing fine. We're gonna touch on a couple topics today. First, we're gonna say shout out to Ab 44 Radio.
Fold up.
We're gonna say shout out to 44th at Buying Black Ab 44 Radio. Y'all talked about it, and y'all talked about pros and cons. How do you feel about that show? How do you feel about that episode, or how do you feel about Blind Black? What's your take on it? Could you expand more on what you were saying on there, or how you feel about it?
Yeah, I think it was a great show. I think Buying Black, you never have enough time to hit every single aspect of it that you need to hit. My thing is, right now, Buying Black in 2019, the beginning of the year, our idea is solely on the consumer's responsibility. And Buying Black should not just be a one-way ticket. We can't get out of nothing with one-way tickets. We need a system of Buying Black. It's more than just, well, I'm going to shop with the guy who go buy Nikes, or I'm going to go shop with the guy who puts his money into the white recreation centers, or really it ain't, I don't know, it's supposed to be a community thing when you buy black. It shouldn't just be so easy that all the consumers should be able to do is to buy black and that's the end of it. What are you getting out of it when you just simply buy black?
All right, and my take on the situation is, it's just like a lot of topics. Like when people mention Buying Black or Black Lives Matter, it's not saying you against buying from anybody else. It's not saying that. It's just saying, like, take some of your dollars and focus it on people who look like you. That's all it is. It's cut and simple. And like on the show, it seemed like everybody on the show, like nobody really was on the side of Buying Black. And it was even black business owners. And it was like, oh, no, it don't matter to me. I'm going to just buy with whoever give me the best price, whoever had the most to offer me. And that's the whole reason behind Buying Black. But they don't even lean into the purpose behind it. So if the purpose is for a black business to be able to compete in the world market, and the only way they're going to be able to compete is if we support them. If we don't support them, if the people who look like them don't support them, then who going to support them? Because that support is not going to fall out the sky. I mean, you could look at the world market and they booming. They going up and down. I mean, but the only way a business going to be able to compete in the world market if they have support. And if we don't focus on supporting our own, then what is the purpose of having our own if we're not going to be able to keep it, if we can't keep it without support?
But I listen, though, to be honest, I get you. You have to support. But the same thing goes for once you buy it, that person you bought for needs to make sure he supports black. It has to be a system. I've never been against buying black. I'm against me shopping with Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, but that's the chicken or the egg which came first argument.
It's not.
It is, because you saying, oh, so you saying like it validated if they buy black also. It don't matter.
No, that's the only way. But listen, you saying support. You got to think about a support system. You can't build a bridge by just putting a whole bunch of wood straight across something. You need support systems. You have to have beams standing. You got to have structure up top of it. You cannot just run a straight line over just fucking imaginary air and have a bridge that people can walk on. It will not stand.
Okay, so you saying wait until we have something in place? I'm saying support could start right now. So you saying wait until it's a system or is other support?
No, it's not about waiting. If you're gonna put the pressure on the consumers, whoever the consumers buying from need to support black too. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who needs to wait. I don't know what you mean by wait.
So all right,
It needs to be a system.
So you as a consumer, you not gonna support a black business unless they also buy black.
Not once have I said that.
I know. So why even bring up that point?
I would rather them buy black.
I know. I would too. So, but is that point even worth it?
If I shop there, I would shop there for the first time and I would ask them. And if they don't have even a thought process of buying black, what's the point of me buying black? How far are we going if I'm just the only one doing it, or if the people who got the money purchasing is the only people who's buying black, what's the point of us doing? There's no system.
All right, let me ask you something. A lot of standpoints, a lot of talks we have and conversations we have, a question I never asked you, are your standpoints good for everybody, good for the black community, or good for just you?
I don't know. This is my standpoints. I stand behind it. I do. I don't need nobody else to stand behind it.
No, but see, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying if you stand behind your standpoints. I know you stand behind your standpoints. They're your standpoints. But I'm saying, are you making points saying you feel this is better for the community or this is just better for you? Because it seems like a lot of times we get into arguments and I be wondering what the hell you be thinking, but I'm asking the wrong questions. I'm not asking you, are you talking about yourself or what's good for you in your household? Are you talking about the black community as a whole?
Man, I don't know. I just laid it out. A bridge cannot be built in a straight line and support nothing. It needs to be a system in place. I want it to help a whole community of us. I don't want it just to be one person coming up and nobody else get to eat. Like, that's not buying black to me. That's me buying black. I don't think that's the way buying black goes, just one way. Let me shove this up your ass. Buy black, bitch.
No, it's never like that, man.
That's what it is. And that's what a lot of people want from people. It needs to be a system.
That's a assumption, and
okay, so
it don't have.
That's why I say I go into black shop.
We don't have to wait on a system, man. It's no waiting on a system.
No,
if the longer we wait for a system, the more black businesses gonna close. Like we seen it happen.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Look, wait. Time out. Where we from? And I know it's the same everywhere. But once upon a time, when you go down Hollandale Beach Boulevard, my granddad owned the shop. Mm-hmm. Across the street from him was another black man that owned the shop.
That's where we used to shop.
And then to the right, Benny was another black man who owned the shop.
We shopped there too.
At the corner, it was a tire shop that was black owned.
We shopped there too.
Now you go down Hollandale Beach Boulevard, that same little block, only the tire man's still there. Right. If he's still there. I don't know if he's still there. But I'm saying it's the same thing in every community. Now, when I say buy black, I'm not saying, oh, just spend your money with a black person because they black. It don't matter what kind of service they provide or none of that. I always make that argument. Wherever you spend your money, you have a right to voice your opinion. And if they don't value your opinion, then they shouldn't value your business.
And that's
everywhere.
Saying.
But I'm saying if you don't make that statement, black people should buy black, then black people won't buy black. They'll shop at Walmart all day long.
No, I don't think that's true. The only people who gonna do that is the people who want to do it. You're not gonna change somebody's mind who don't want to be changed.
All right. So the black business sell most black business sell when they go to when the elder die and it's handed down and the youngin don't want to take over.
I ain't gonna lie, black businesses fail because they don't have a system lined up for the next person. If you even look at the Walmart, it's a white business, but Walmart was ran so much better when the dad was alive. The dad died and Walmart went to shit, but it's still a corporating business. But Chick-fil-A, the dude died, and the kids kept the system. And I'm not trying to just name them. I haven't seen any black companies like this yet. But you have to have a aligned system for it to work. A lot of people be scared of a system and a plan, but you have to have people prepared to do what it takes to get jobs done.
But
We're
when you say that, do you feel like will that deter people from buying black? Like it's like when you make certain statements, it seems people can assume from what you're saying, like, oh, I don't buy black, I don't care about buying black. Because when I heard that show, it seemed like that's what everybody was saying. Like, oh, you shouldn't buy black, or the black people don't treat you like the world market, or the black customer service ain't up to par. So I don't buy black. I mean, that's a fact. If anybody treats you bad at any store, at the world market, any market, don't shop there.
Don't shop there. I always
But
say
I'm
that.
just saying, like, all right, this I gave this example before, and I'm gonna give it again. I don't know, I never gave it on my show, but I gave this example. I went to a restaurant. I wasn't even hungry. Me and my wife walked back. She seen the ice cream shop. She stopped and got some ice cream. So we sitting in the ice cream shop. The lady asked me, did I want anything? I'm like, no, I'm fine. My wife ordered some, and then she was like, well, at least try this. So I tried the flavor, and it was like Black Panther or something like that. So I was like, Black Panther. And then they had another flavor that was another crazy name that just sounded familiar to me. So I was like, is this ice cream shop black owned? And she was like, yes, it is. I was like, all right, well, I'll get something. I didn't go in there to get ice cream. I only shopped there because I knew it was a black owner, and I know how hard it is for black business owners to stay afloat, so I support it. I didn't want ice cream. I didn't go in there for ice cream, but I support it. And that's all I'm saying. Like, if you don't make it a goal to spend some of your money in the black community or a black business, you won't spend your money in a black business. And there's nothing wrong if you don't, but I mean, you should. Why not? If everybody coming to your community to build stores in your community and profiting off of your community, and it's one black business in your community, you need to keep that black business in your community.
True. I'm really with that. I understand. That was a great job by you.
So when like you have a show and you talking about buying black and then say pros versus cons, I feel there are no cons versus buying black. And I'm gonna tell you why.
But hold on, let me
a second.
Let me tell you, because right now this is the perfect time.
Go ahead.
The con was, after you bought that, did you put them accountable for buying black? So you could go there and shop more or not shop at all. And the reason I say this, because our granddaddy was part of a black-owned avenue.
Yeah.
But what system did they have to keep that business thriving? You seen it. I seen it. Gerald seen it. We was kids, but what system was in place to keep that business up?
Well, I mean, it was no system, and
that's our biggest problem.
But I mean, okay, so don't support black business will solve that.
Stop saying that.
Stop saying that.
No.
Stop saying it has to be a business.
Listen,
that's
you're
a given.
talking crazy. If we think about it. If you want one black business to work, they need to understand, formulate a system. Formulate a system. If we don't have any kind of system, we're going to keep coming around and going. Coming around and going.
All right, we got a couple more topics here. I guess we'll agree to disagree, but Facebook. And all right, we won't go to Facebook yet. We'll come back to Facebook. But I thought it was interesting. You posted a meme. Well, you posted and you post so much stuff, but you posted a post.
I share.
You shared. All right, when you share, what's your purpose on Facebook? When you share something that you came across, what is the purpose of you sharing it?
Well, it's just some more eyes to get on a topic that I seen, And I kind of want to see how people respond to it.
Do you agree with what you're sharing, or
What do you mean agree?
Like, all right. So if you share something, it's because you want more people to see it. Because what is it? Improvement? Is it to help people, or what's the point? Is it funny, or
well, because it's a lot. Like I don't think me sharing how police brutality out there can kind of help, but I do want awareness. It's almost my purpose is for the good. I have all good energy. I don't really bring out nothing negative, and I hate this that I have to choose somebody harming somebody as awareness. But our people, we have to have that. So mine is all positive or funny.
or that's what you hope.
That's my purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how people gonna take it. That's my purpose.
So you posted a picture of a guy. I don't know if you remember this. A guy standing outside, and his daughter was being picked up for the prom, and you said people will like this, but this is childish, and you don't agree with it.
Right. Correct. Yes.
So elaborate. How did that post make you feel?
Well, make me feel it was just all right. We got.
All right, wait.
I
want you to get your point across. But for the people listening, the post had a guy standing in the background with a shotgun, and his daughter, was going to the 8th grade prom or whatever, and she was all cute, but you could see the guy standing in the background, mean mugging with the shotgun, and you didn't like it. So go ahead and tell me what was your stance on posting it and what you felt.
Well, hopefully, this was my reason for it, because blacks kill blacks. I know he wouldn't have did that if a white guy was picking up his daughter, so it had to be a black guy. And if I do, you know that. And if that kid isn't raised right, and that kid has a gun picking up that girl, his first instinct is, oh, what the fuck going on? It's a party. Because that kid has he already don't understand life. He's not getting raised the correct way. It's going to be a black child murdered or a black father murdered. We're going to lose another soldier, another one of us for foolishness. Raise your child. That's your child. When that son picking up your daughter, you can't raise him.
Let me ask you something. So if you was dropping Tony off his 8th grade prom, man, and the dad was out there with a gun, what's your reaction gonna be?
We leaving. I don't want my son in that situation. His daughter ain't good enough. I don't want to say good enough, but to me, with that foolishness that she getting raised by, that's not good enough. If he needs a gun for my 18 or 14-year-old son, he didn't raise his daughter. He still got to protect his daughter. I got daughters. I'm not going to do that shit to a young man.
Do you own a gun?
No, but I would. Even if I did, I'm not going to do that to a young man.
So it's not about the gun. It's about the intimidation, because that's all it is.
No, it's not about intimidation. No, it can spawn more. That's what we always think, that we all, just because our view is on intimidation or getting respect from this kid, that's going to be the end. It's more than one situation to this problem. It's more than one outcome.
All right, have we ever heard of?
That's the problem.
I mean, listen, let me get my thought out.
Question.
Because
question.
We never heard of it.
But you never heard of cops killing blacks at an alarming rate like this
man,
until social media came out.
Come on, we knew it been going on.
We knew it, but we never heard of it. All we heard was Rodney King until 2012 or 2010.
Nah, we knew about it.
We knew, but we never heard of it.
What you mean we never heard of it? We never heard of the Panthers getting killed?
Okay. After Rodney King.
Wait, we never heard of the Panthers getting killed in Oakland?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
So then what you saying? We never heard of it. You saying we never heard of it?
Think about this time, because you talking about a time before you was alive. You hearing stories of history.
Because I'm telling you, we always knew it.
You hearing stories of history.
Now,
was that police stops or was they raiding? You don't even know the difference of what kind of stops it was with the Black Panthers. They could have went to war with the Panthers. It could have been an all-out war. You don't know. Right now, we have people getting pulled over for a fucking traffic stop dying. After Rodney King, who was the next person, Jerry?
It's nameless. You can't name them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't hear those reports. You saying the Panthers. The Panthers was before Rodney King.
Of course.
Who was next after Rodney King? You think it was nobody?
No, I know it was
Cleekly.
more.
It was Cleekly. I seen it. My mama had to pull over. My mama stood up for this nigga. It didn't help much, but she tried.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, it's a difference between we haven't seen it or it's now being shown on in videotape and evidence. That's the difference. It's always been happening. Now it's just being recorded.
Right now,
And that's what I'm saying. That's all I was saying. So you agree with me?
Now, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a day when that shit gets shown.
I'm just saying
trying to hold a gun. It's gonna be a standout in that bitch. Why are we gonna wait?
I think that would never happen.
Why are we gonna
man.
wait?
I think that would
never. Come on, man. The slaves didn't think they was gonna come to America. We can't keep saying what we think. Jerry, you know, one gun gonna cause two guns. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Next, the next topic we're gonna talk on is education.
But wait, hold on. What was you think it's cool to do that? You got young men.
Yeah,
we can't just keep going on that path.
I do, but I think you was and I think you do it sometimes. I ain't gonna say you do it often, but I mean, you just creating a scenario that didn't happen. Like, yeah, if that's your child and you don't like it, like you said, you'll pull off, that's fine. I have no problem with how you feel either. But I don't feel like that's malicious. I feel it's a little threatening, and that's all it's. That's the only reason they do it.
That's all it is.
And they
it's
do
threatening.
it they've been doing it forever.
I think threats, if you could really look up threats, that's really like jail time.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if the guy do that, you have one or two choices. You either could continue on a date or you could not continue on a date.
But why wouldn't the father invite me before the prom so we can talk as a family? Sit down with his family. I sit down with their family. All the kids there. I could even bring my little kids.
All right, well, what you saying is like this don't happen. This never happened?
And you still gonna bring a gun out? No, you don't pull.
What I'm saying is people meet before.
I know it, and they don't pull no gun out on each other. I'm just saying why parents can't be fucking civilized. Why we can't be adults? That's childish. Just like I said in my post, that man still ain't raised enough, and he damn sure ain't raised his daughter enough to be out on her own, and he's scared. He's scared for himself because he's not old enough, and he's scared for his daughter's life.
It seems like you always just gotta take you gotta go over and beyond with it. Like,
how is that over and beyond? You just said that it's adults out here that will meet up before the prom, discuss it, meet each other, and have a civilized meeting with their kids with no guns. But this dude couldn't do that. That is childish. So whoever does that, they're not grown enough to even.
I think the problem is you thinking that I'm saying it's cool and he should have did it.
I'm saying. I didn't put any words in your mouth. I was just stating some of the statements you said, and I was bringing it back to
I just don't think it was that serious though.
It's very much that serious. That's what's wrong with us. We don't think nothing serious until we start dying. Nothing is important yet until we start dying. We can diffuse that situation.
Wait. All right, that's a good point. So forget the next point we was gonna talk about. We're gonna go into this one because he's saying voting. We're gonna go to the voting conversation. So you say nothing is important to us until we start dying. So how do you feel with voting then?
Voting what?
Voting period. Do you vote?
No. Do you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. So I mean, it don't seem important to you either. Next question.
What you mean it don't seem important to me?
Do you vote? Answer that same. Give me the same answer.
Do you ever vote?
I voted before.
Oh, okay. In the last 2 years, have you voted?
No.
on anything.
No.
It's not important to you?
No. Me voting on somebody I don't know to make policies for me. We had a draft dodger that we voted for, and when the people voted him in, he chose to go to war. So no.
Okay, so what does not voting solve?
What does voting solve? I don't know what not voting solve. I think we all should try it. We haven't tried it yet.
All right, that's a good point. So you saying if we all tried
Not
voting, how would it help?
Let's see. Let's look at it.
Wait, but I mean,
I don't have that answer, Jerry.
you don't have that answer, but you offer that as an option?
Yes, because we need to see it. You don't know what something is until you see it.
If nobody votes, let me tell you what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because I could tell you,
got
even
the
though I
answer.
never seen it.
So you got the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
If nobody voted, then people still would be in office, because people still would be in office and running and making laws for us.
So that sounds like the same thing. That's why I don't vote. You're right. I think you're absolutely correct. I don't disagree with your answer. But think about what you just said, and make that add up to a point of me voting. Why would I go out and waste my time to do something that they're gonna put in place anyway?
Because I think as a community, it would be better for all of us if we all put people into politics that are here to help us, help the constituents, help the people who voting.
You ever follow politics? A little bit?
Yes, a little bit, of course.
So you think when we line somebody up, man, just look at Goody Mob. And this is you might think it's off basis, but look at Goody Mob. I don't know if a lot of people listen to Goody Mob and that music that they was pumping. If you listen to it today, is relevant. They albums and some of the stuff they talked about. That plot to get CeeLo, to give him more money, to get out that group, it was a great idea from whoever brung it. And you think it only works in a rap term? You think only rappers fall for that? If you could pay a politician who don't make that much money, if you could pay him just to turn in your favor on one thing, you got him for anything you need now. So I don't get what you say. If we could vote on policies, Jerry, I'll be down there every time.
I'm saying it's every election.
No,
it's not one election when they don't vote on legislation.
I don't want to vote. Should we clean up the roads? Should we get a train system? I don't give a fuck about that. Right. I want to vote. I want to vote every war. I want the people to be able to cast a yes or no on every war. If they change something in our fucking school systems, I want a yes or no every goddamn time.
Everything that happens, should the kids be allowed to chew bubble gum? You want to vote on it?
I want to vote on it.
Okay, well then, you know what? You know what you're going to have to do to make that happen? There's only one way to make that happen. To be able to vote on everything is only one way to make that happen. Get somebody in politics who going to do that for you. That's the only chance you got. But instead of you taking that option, you would just rather not do nothing or not vote at all or not be a part of the process like that.
You're not going to change their system. Okay, look, I can't give a solid answer on how not voting helps, but tell me what voting does help.
Tell me what it don't.
I mean, you brought this topic up, so you should be an expert.
Because I ain't bring it up because I'm an expert. I just feel like, all right, I feel like this. And I'm sure the listeners could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this. I feel like it's a lot of people that don't have the right to vote anymore and wish they could. I feel like it's a lot of people that died for the right to vote and they can't.
They died for your right to vote?
I'm saying they died for our rights to vote.
How did somebody die for your right to vote?
I'm saying it's people who lost their lives trying to get black people to be able to vote. And I think if you not taking advantage of that, then like they dying in vain. They died in vain.
They died for my right to vote.
They died for everybody's right to vote, not just yours.
How did they do that? I hear a lot of people.
Oh,
say
so it
that.
never was a time where they was protesting and people got killed and people got trampled.
Jerry, that's
and
called
people got-
murder.
yeah.
That's called murder.
Yeah, they got murdered.
They didn't wake up and say, shit, fuck that, I'm finna die today for all the generations and other people to vote. No, they went down there to protest. They did something that was legal and legit. And they died. Listen, if a dad dies for stealing food for his kid, was that a good reason to die for?
I mean, I guess at the time it sounded like a good idea. I don't know.
Okay, so at the time it might have sounded like a good idea to fucking die for us to vote. But look, a dude went to jail he got sentenced to 90 years for suspended license. Bill Cosby's in jail for rape. Another millionaire white guy paid $44 million to not go to jail.
Now that's a civil case. He still got to go to trial for the criminal case.
Well, we're gonna see how that go.
Yeah, we definitely are gonna see how that goes.
We seen the little white rapist at Stanford get off. We seen the little white kid get.
All right, so you could point out
These
all
the
the
laws.
problems.
These
All right.
the laws that people vote on.
Yeah,
These the laws that's supposed to be.
Don't yell into the mic.
But
All
these
right.
supposed to be the laws that the people respect because they voted on them. You're telling me to go into a system that don't work for us.
But how not being a part of it? All right, it's a game, right? We know it's a game.
That's what y'all think. It's a system.
Okay, it's a system.
Yeah.
So they purging people from the ballots.
That's the joke. That's the biggest joke.
So they not.
I don't give a damn if they is.
So
That's
they could,
just something you could talk about.
So they not.
It don't matter. I bet they had a dead lady vote before.
So that's why they purged her.
No,
huh?
you saying purge? I don't know what you mean. They might have just
Like,
sent that
take
letter out to
people-
them. They might have sent that letter out to them, but they was gonna vote in their name anyway. They had a dead lady vote before, Jerry.
So it's just no coming to no stance. But I feel like this. Like if you feel like voting is not gonna help you, what about your kids in the future? Like, it's no way that voting could help you.
No, hell no.
Your kids, your
Hell
grandkids,
no. Hell no.
it's not gonna help nobody.
No. What is it gonna help?
So it's useless.
Very.
So putting
Jerry, are you just
putting a white racist man as the governor would be better than trying to vote for a black lady.
No, the white racist man gonna win. We live in America.
Okay, he gonna win because you not gonna try, or he
because of
gonna
the way
win.
the system is set up. The way the system is designed is to keep our third eye blind. I'm telling you, man. No, you fighting the wrong battle.
So
we gotta formulate a system.
all right, man. But
Voting-
you keep saying
voting ain't our-
formulate a system. How
voting
can you
ain't our system.
formulate a system when it's a system already in place? The only way you could overtake the system is to play in the system.
No.
You can't do it from outside the system unless you create your own.
Yeah.
And you cannot create your own system, can you?
Yes, you can.
So do it then.
That's what's wrong with us, and that's why we don't have one, because everybody's so quick to just say do it. Not once have you ever tried
That's the
and
same
gave an
thing
effort.
you just
have
said
you
about
ever gave
buying
an
black.
effort?
You said that's the wrong with
Have
people.
you ever gave an
It
effort?
gotta be a system in place. But now you saying,
You need a system in place. I'm still saying the same thing.
so why don't you create these systems that need to be in place?
All right. Look at the system they created. Was that created by one person? Was that
No,
created?
and neither
was
is
that
a vote.
created in 10 days?
Neither is a vote changed by one person.
Okay, let me say this. I know a lot of the listeners might have watched Game of Thrones, might have not. But one of the best parts of that show was the Lady Queen died after they defeated everybody that done ran shit, they wrecked shit. She even fucked up the kingdom. Then they had to vote on who was gonna be the new king. One guy sat up and said, with all due respect, we need to let everybody vote, because it's gonna be the fate of all the nations. Them people sat there, thought for a second, started laughing. One dude said, oh shit, maybe we should let my horse vote. Let my dog vote. That's all they did was showed you the way they system work. They playing you. You're not voting. They will let your dog vote, bruh. They don't give a fuck about what you say. You have no say so. That's why we don't vote on policies, because we have no say-so. You put somebody in office. They gave us a black president. All he passed shit for was for gays. Was Obama gay or was he black?
He was black.
What he did for black people?
All right, listen, man. I hate when people bring up that point and say that Obama ain't do nothing for a black. All right, name me a black person. Name me a president that did more for the black community than Obama. Do that.
Abraham Lincoln.
What did he do?
Boy, John F. Kennedy was too.
What did he do?
Emancipation Proclamation.
What did that do?
Freed the slaves.
You ain't free now.
Hey, now look. Now this is your system.
No, I'm saying you ain't free.
I'm going by what your system. I'm just using the words your system, and now you saying that this system still fucked us.
No, I'm saying you ain't free because you don't exercise your rights. If you don't exercise your rights,
oh my God, voting makes you free. So you free.
I'm saying everything, everything, all your rights. Exercise all your rights.
So are you free?
All your rights. Your freedom of speech. Your freedom to carry guns. Your freedom to own a gun. The freedom to own land. You can't own land. The vote.
You can't own land.
Okay.
You need to learn these laws.
You can't own land. It's impossible to own land.
Yeah.
So you saying if you pay taxes on something, you don't own it?
Okay, when you bought that shirt, you paid taxes on it, right? You did pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go back tomorrow and pay taxes on that bitch again? You're going to go back in a month? Is the taxes due on that shirt at the end of the year? That's your fucking shirt, Jerry.
Oh, okay. So so to be to rebel against the system, you not going to own a home?
No, hell no, I'm going to own a home.
Why? Why you gonna own a home? That's being a part of the system. You're not gonna never own it,
right? But I mean, it's cool.
So
I can own the house.
Cool with some things.
I can own the house.
Other things, it's not.
I can own the house. I ain't gotta pay taxes on my house. I can own that house. Once I pay that off, I'm done. I ain't say you can't own the house. I said you can't own land.
Oh, so you could own. So you don't own the land that the house is on, but you could own the house.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we get in your mind frame.
No, you can move. You can move your house. People done picked up their house and moved that bitch because they tried to get their land.
And where they moved to?
I don't know where the hell they moved to. Wherever the hell they wanted to. A lot of people really don't know. I think a lot of backtracking needs to be done. It's a point in time in America where people dug up gold, had it in their possession because they find it. One of the laws in America, possession is 9/10 of the law. People dug up gold. They stripped Americans from having gold in their house, made it illegal, made fines. And in 1970 something is when you could have gold back in your house. 1933, they stripped you from being able to have
1933?
33. They stripped you from being able to have gold in your possession, a certain amount.
A certain amount of all?
I think it was like an ounce of gold. You couldn't have more than I ain't sure on the limit, but it wasn't a lot.
All right, back to the statement I made earlier. Do you feel like your stance on voting is for you? Or is it for black people, or you feel it's for all of America?
But I would love it for all of America. I would love it. I would love it. It won't happen. But that
all right, so knowing that it won't happen, I mean, what would you do next?
You don't think it'll be an eye opener if people tried it and we still had somebody in office? That's my question to you.
You don't think it'll be an eye opener?
Yeah.
No.
So people would still be like, "Oh shit, fuck it, I'm voting next
time." Because ain't nobody, can't nobody get everybody not to vote.
That's true.
Because there's certain people who you can't get across to.
Right, I can't even have lunch with some of my coworkers. We can't decide on where to eat. They want to eat at Moe's, I want to eat at Checkers. I get that, but I'm just saying, if it did happen, that wouldn't be an eye opener.
So your stance on voting, is it for you, your household, or you feel like all black people? It seemed like you were on a mission to stopping as many people as you can.
No.
Because I feel like you got a lot of people who listen to you, more people than you might notice, And I don't think it's a good message to be spreading around.
No, it's a great message, but I'm not. That's not my message to send out to anybody. I want you to do the research. The name of it, the word is research. I want you to do that. I don't want you to listen to me. I have
All right, what research? What?
Why? What's the reason of voting? Research it. Look it up. Why would you vote? It's an electoral college. Research what the electoral college is.
Why? If we talking
Why?
about voting,
Why?
listen. If we talking about voting, why every time you bring up the electoral college? I'm not for the electoral college either, but that's gonna stop me from voting. I'm gonna cast my vote whether they don't take it or they don't. If they take it or not, if they steal it or not,
But
I'm gonna try.
Okay, and I get it. That's you.
So what you telling
So
me
do you
is
think-
wrong for
wait,
trying?
Do you think voting?
Wait, so you telling me it's wrong for trying?
No, I said okay. That's you.
So I'm saying, I'm gonna ask you again. Do you think your stance on voting is just for you?
Every person, every single person. Your stance on voting, do you think is for everybody? For you, black community? Who you think your stance for?
I feel like this. Voting, I feel like black people should vote. So the politicians have to answer to us. I feel like they don't answer to us or don't give a damn about what we want or what we need or what our complaints are because we don't vote. They feel like our vote is not needed. They could win without our vote. So they don't appease us or even try to appease us or even act like they need our vote. It's crazy. Like, black people will go against people who are for them. Black people will go against Black Lives Matters and say, no, all lives matters. Black Lives Matter is not saying all lives don't matter and only Black Lives Matters. It's saying, look at us, we matter too.
No, that was the original standpoint. Black Lives Matter too, and that was strong. I liked that.
Oh, y'all let one little word deter y'all from a movement. Like, listen. The Black Lives Matter brought up a whole bunch of points, and now they're talking about them. And the new Democrats who running are talking about the things that Black Lives Matter was standing for. But people who go against it don't realize that it's put in place to help you and people who look like you.
How
help
much
your
have it
kids.
helped? How much have it helped?
I don't know, but at least they talking about it. For it to be talked about is enough. That's the whole point of the movement. And so people realize that they killing people for no reason. They killing people who don't deserve to die. They killing people without giving them a fair trial. It was a mass shooting in New Jersey. Black dude. The first one in a long time. First black mass shooter. He not getting a day in court. Dylan Ruth got a day in court.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mass murderers who get their day in court.
Hey, you vote.
My dad said, "Oh, I don't support Black Lives Matter because they support criminals." But they not supporting criminals. They supporting criminals getting a fair trial. They supporting criminals.
They might not be criminals.
They might not be, but they getting executed on the street. They not getting a chance to a fair trial.
I don't agree with that. I get you.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, don't go against what's for you. Because if something was to happen to one of your kids, who you gonna look towards?
I'm looking towards me.
And what you gonna do?
Hey, I don't know.
Good
See,
answer.
That's a good answer. That's people's biggest problem. They always talk that shit of what they're gonna do, and then it happen. I don't want nothing to happen to my kid. I'm not gonna wish that. I told you.
That's a good answer. I said that's a good answer.
I always bring out good.
He don't always bring out good. How is it good to not do nothing? Like not to vote. I ain't gonna say not to do nothing. I'm gonna say what it is.
I do a whole lot.
To not do nothing. Because you have a chance. Whether they take it, whether it's not right, whether it's unfair, whether this, whether that. It's an opportunity. Use it. Let them do it what they may.
That's what I do.
Just do it.
I let them do what they may.
I'm saying, but throw your hat in the pool.
No. And see, the sad part, I don't think you hear yourself with some of the stuff you say. oh, now they got the politicians talking about Black Lives Matter. Now the politicians know who vote more, the black people. So they're still trying to lobby for those votes. Don't get it twisted thinking that black people don't vote.
I mean, they seen in Alabama that black people vote.
So
I'm
don't
just
sit
saying,
here
I
and
don't
say
like your rhetoric when you saying, "Oh, I don't vote," and I think nobody should vote, and
I think
then
nobody.
you have a whole bunch of friends right behind you. Yes, Travis is right. Yes, we all shouldn't vote. Yes, taking 30 minutes at a poll is gonna kill us.
I ain't say it's gonna kill you.
I know you ain't say that, but
that's a good throw in. You got
might as well.
That was good. That was good. I like it. I hope they heard it.
So, all right, man. What you have going on? Let's talk about you. What you have going on? What else you want to? Anything else you want to discuss? I think we hit all the topics that I had planned.
I don't think we hit that
today.
education, man. Because
okay.
I think that's the biggest one.
So go ahead. What do you got to say on education?
I think it's the greatest subject to end on because I think we need to be educated in each one of these topics that was before it.
Okay.
Especially the buying black. Just because you go in somewhere and he say, yeah, this is a black business, hold them accountable too. You being held accountable. And I agree wholeheartedly. We should buy black. But I think it should go in a system. I think just like Black Wall Street work, the dollar bill stays
it's easy to
it.
say it should go in a system, but you not creating a system. Like,
no,
what are you doing?
I am. I'm starting something called my business is called Head South. I can't blow up.
Oh, you a black business. Do you want black people to support you?
I do. And I want to work on buying black though. Right now, I don't have enough black people to buy from. I don't know where to get my ribs from a black producer.
All right, but this is what I'm saying. Like, your business is not gonna last long. Why are you trying to find somebody black? Your business gonna crumble unless you get support. But all right, the topic of education. When I put it on a docket today, I was thinking about a conversation that I heard on the Breakfast Club. It was with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. And Ja Rule was on the stance of, my son is going to college. And Irv Gotti was like, well, my wife wanted my daughter to go to college, but my boys said they didn't know what they wanted to do. They not sure if they want to go to college. So I took them with me. Now, they both had good points because they both in a position to do for their kids. And I could see both parts because Ja Rule was saying, yeah, they could go with you after they finish college. Like, send them to college. Like, don't just take them on the road with you. You could always do that. And Ja Rule made the point that it was a point in time where black kids wasn't allowed to be educated. So let them get all the education that they can.
Why do we always go back to stuff like that?
Because if we don't go back to it, we gonna go back to it.
But do y'all understand? That's why I say research and education, man. That's part of research is educating yourself. It was a time once we became non-slaves, we knew more than the people. We knew more than the people who was our slave owners. So what y'all, just because they got a college for you, that makes it right for you to go? That makes it the best place to be? Dog, we always been smarter than them. That's why they put kids with dyslexia. Jerry, do you know I don't even know if you want this out there, but I don't give a damn. You smarter than fucking any of us who scored probably higher than you on the SAT and they diagnose you with dyslexic, bro. You can put shit together that I can't think about putting together.
Okay.
Your mind works in many ways that people can't imagine to even start the beginning of trying to do without the education you did.
But I mean, I went to college, so am I?
You self-taught. You didn't go to college to goddamn.
I mean, but I went
CDLs.
to college. I get what you're saying.
You didn't go to college to drive CDLs. I know most cats who can't take that test like you did. And the cats who did, what color was they?
What you mean?
Because you had to get that information. You could go take that test on your own. The CDL test.
Yeah. Oh, what color was they?
Yeah.
They were brown. They were
They-
Spanish. Yeah, a whole
they-
bunch of Spanish
See,
people.
that's what I'm saying. So don't put that. And I get it. I never would knock anybody going to get an education, but don't put that above educating yourself also. Like, you right. Both of them probably did make good points, but don't keep trying.
Did you hear the discussion?
Nah, but I heard the gist of what you were saying, and I could feel it. I could feel it. But Irv Gotti right too. If your kid don't know what he want to do, why are you wasting money? I think that's a lot of people's downfall. You don't have to send your kid off to college soon as they graduate high school. They don't know. Why pay for something they don't know what they want to do? Why get in debt for something you don't know if this what you really want to do? Go get a job. I bet you while you working, you gonna figure out how to study, why they had you studying at that job, because that job gonna whoop your ass.
But at the same time, you know, I can see both sides.
I can
And
too.
when you go to college, your first 2 years, you taking general education classes, and you know you have time to figure out your major. You don't have to pick your major.
But
so
you
I'm
still
not.
gotta pay that tuition.
I'm not against college, but I'm not gonna say everybody need to go either.
Right.
But I will say this: if they don't go to college, what they gonna do? Work for somebody?
I mean, if they do go to college,
Or they gonna try to start a business and not be supported and fail?
I don't know why you always say not be supported.
I'm just saying, all right, so you act like it's black business who have all the support in the world. As a black business owner, I know what it takes. I know what it takes. I know the support level that it takes. And being a black man, you don't have it. You don't have the support you need.
No, no. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe with me, it seems like every time I jump into something by myself, it's more me scared of how far it could take me than me not being supported.
So you got the support to turn your business into $1 million business?
I think I can right now.
So what the hell is you doing?
I'm on the path. I'm doing the learning.
You don't
I'm
think
in
you
education.
can?
No, I'm educating myself in something that not only would I have what I do now is with the cooking, but I will be an electrician, licensed electrician.
You don't need that if you could be $1 million cook.
Nah, I prefer to have it. I never finish nothing, and I think that's something that I hold against me. I always start something and never finish. I'm gonna finish this. I wouldn't give a fuck what came up. I'm gonna finish this. The only way I won't finish this bitch if I did hit the lottery.
Then you don't need to be. You don't have to have
I don't need shit. I
skills.
don't need shit.
So what's your plans? You hit the lottery tomorrow. What you doing the next day?
You know that bitch that got down 500.
Yeah, and you got the numbers. What you doing Monday morning?
Oh man, Monday morning I'm going to find me a bank that's gonna take 10% interest earning on my shit, and they gonna do it because I'm finna put probably that 200 that they gonna give me after taxes, and 10% is that is 20 million a year.
You do know the government gonna tax you.
That's cool. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna tax me. That's cool. I'm only get about 250, 225. That's cool with me.
So what's your plans? You just gonna live off the interest? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna live off that change, that 25, 30, or 50 between there.
Wait. You saying you gonna find a bank to give you
10%
interest on your savings?
On my money, yes.
And that's your plan.
And yeah, that's my plan. Every year I'm gonna get $20 million. And I'll pay taxes on that if they want that too. So that's cool with me. So I get $10 million a year. I probably wouldn't even spend that 25 to 50 million.
I can't judge your plan. I totally disagree with it, but I can't.
I feel you, but I mean I'll be chilling, living it up, not giving a fuck about nothing. I couldn't spend all that money that fast. I wouldn't force myself to.
All right, before we go, man, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a good conversation, man, and the conversation gonna continue. Like when I had the idea to start this podcast, I only started it because I drive trucks and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and most of the times I just feel like it's a conversation between me and the people who running the podcast. So I'm talking to the radio. So now I'm getting my voice out there, so the masses could hear me. And that's why I'm starting this podcast. But before we go, you could give out, if you want people to follow you, who you are on Facebook, all that. You can give all your.
For the people who know me on Facebook, I'm Travis McGill. Travis McGill. Search it. TravisMcGill. Travis McGill. Head south is the restaurant. It's the place that you need to go. You need to head south. And that's my Instagram is @_head south. Instagram accounts. Head south. HEADSOUTH.
It's more businesses. You don't want to shout anybody else out?
My wife also has a business, Nakia Forbes Events. Man, she make your dreams come true. Your imagination, whatever you can think about, it can come true with her. Event planning, soon to be LLC electrician. That's coming real soon. And I could do side work right now. I ain't licensed, but I could do side work right now. If you want to holler at me, hit me up, man. Shoot. That's about it.
All right. We want to give a shout out to a couple more people who are involved. We want to give a shout out to Off Base Clothing Company. It's a company started with family members that are teenagers, and we want to give a shout out to the Pink Palette, and we want to give a shout out to Lots of Teas. They heavy supporters. We want to give a shout out to Al 44 Radio and Jadrin over there doing big things.
Sir J.
And what else do we have on the docket?
Hey man, I want to
give a shout out
I want
to
to thank you for letting me be the first
44 Finest Photos. You know, it's another one of my little side hobbies. But I mean, I take some amazing pictures. If you think of it, we could make it happen. I do photo shoots, do events. You could check me out on Instagram, 44 Finest Photos. And you're welcome, Travis, for being the first guest. You wasn't planning to be, but you are.
Yeah, I got the time, baby.
Nah,
Not really.
I wanted to do one with Gerald today, but I didn't have all my equipment. I went to his house and I left a couple items. So I guess it was meant for you to be the first one. And here you are.
Hey, positivity, man. That's the thing, man. If you keep it up, you get it back.
And listen, that's another reason I'm just putting this show out here. I don't want to say this show is about arts. This show is about music. This show is about me talking to people and having conversations that I want to have, conversations that they want to have. And I hope you enjoy it. See you next time on the Faux Show.
Good night.